Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, you toxic bastards, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and today I have a fabulous grindhouse zombie flick for us. It is Charles McCran's 1980 just very strange flick. It is Toxic Zombies, and this one is just really odd and a whole bunch of fun. So let's just get into the ridiculousness. Here is Toxic Zombies. Toxic Zombies, aka Bloodeaters, is an extremely low-budget grindhouse zombie horror flick. Lambasted in complete strangeness and insanely sleazy with gory goodness, this tremendously obscure flick relies on its weird premise and warped sensibilities, as it throws us headlong into a zombie-infested storyline that is more unusual than it is frightening. Unpredictable, brutal, and callous when it comes to toxic blood-eating bastards, Toxic Zombies is a wonderfully wicked low-budget wonder, and it will definitely blow your mind with its wacky premise and even stranger cast of characters. The film follows the ludicrous events that occur after a corrupt federal agency dumps toxic herbicide onto a gaggle of marijuana-growing hippies who are illegally growing weed on federal land. Once hit with the experimental toxins, the infected hippies begin savagely going on a killing spree, murdering anyone in their path, including a park ranger named Tom Cole and his beautiful wife. Meeting up with a few survivors and fighting for their lives, can Tom and the remaining unaffected people make it out of this forest of death before the hippies overtake their numbers and feast on their flesh? In low-budget splendor and painfully inept in every aspect of professional acting, the cast is an absolute hoot of oddball asshattery, as they all stumble through the film and struggle to perform, resulting in a classic textbook example of it's so bad it's good type cinema. From infected hippie weirdos to frantic inept survivors, the cast does their damnedest in trying to crank up the entertainment value of this most unusual of horror productions. The maniacal maniacs of this warped piece are Charles McCran as Tom Cole, the clean-cut forest ranger and astute Boy Scout just trying to do the right thing. Beverly Shapiro as Polly Cole, Tom's insufferable wife and constant dimwit in distress. Philip Garfunkel as Jay, Tom's adopted brother and all-around goofy-ass doofus. Paul Haskin as Briggs, a nefarious federal agent who doesn't have qualms about shooting innocent people. John Amplis as Phillips, a typical government yes-man who gets caught up in Briggs' wild toxic scheme. Bob Larson as the pilot, a drunk trashy flyboy destined to screw up even the most simplest of tasks. And finally Dennis Helfand as the aptly named Hermit, a paranoid recluse who's as dumb as they come. With a cast like that, who needs enemies? As they all provide a collective farcical performance that hits all the right notes for a hell of an obscure and wickedly enjoyable silly grindhouse romp. With its wild premise of toxified hippie weirdos running amok, to its laughable execution and total helter-skelter narrative structure, Toxic Zombies is a crazy experience to say the least. The special effects and gore of the picture are crude but effective, in that remarkably disgusting grindhouse flavor that just oozes sleaze from every orifice. The makeup effects and overall look of the zombies is extremely lackluster, but strangely effective for the low-budget approach of the flick. And there are some rather interesting zombified moments throughout the film to keep lovers of flesh-eating ghouls satisfied and thoroughly engaged. Though Toxic Zombies is a crude picture to say the least, The charm of the movie is that it truly runs wild with its unusual premise, as it presents a plethora of unbelievable moments and nonsensical instances, that it constantly keeps you on your toes, not knowing what is going to happen next or who will survive. I think that's the most positive thing about this flick, and that is the randomness and weirdness of the whole production. Violent, unforgiving, and cruel as all hell. Toxic Zombies, aka Bloodeaters, is insanely entertaining, and really that's all the film really needs to be when it comes down to it. It's a drop-down, drag-out zombie massacre, tinged with a grindhouse twist and a penchant for silly moments and situations, and also mind-boggling character actions. If you love obscure cinema and you have a sweet tooth for the bizarre, then this flick should be right up your alley. In the end, Toxic Zombies is a batshit crazy zombie horror hybrid that's strange, unusual, and extremely touched in the head. And there you have it, you fantastic freak shows. That is the very entertaining, actually kind of fun, low-budget grindhouse zombie flick. That is Toxic Zombies. Just really batshit crazy, like I said. And not the best film in the world, but certainly not the worst, and it does what it sets out to do, and that is entertain you. So I can't complain. But guys, that is it for me. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.